City. So when this agro industrial park is activated, I believe, finally, Right Honorable Speaker, we have some commitments which have not yet been fulfilled.
Thank you, Honorable Soru Maureen, followed by Honorable Musasi George and Honorable Tebandeke Charles.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to support the motion to pay gratitude to His Excellency for having stood firmly with the people of West Nile. First of all, when the West Nile region was crying for power, we used to have a lot of blackouts. But this time he made sure that West Nile was connected to national grid. And that we are grateful. And the people of West Nile are happy. But the actual saying again, as much as we have power, actually my constituency, that's Arua City, I'm the custodian of that power. But the power is not connected, Right Honorable Speaker. We have so many unemployed youth, especially within the areas of the city. How I wish the Ministry of Energy could come up with projects that could connect the national grid that we have at Nebi and Arua City, that they connect to the sales centers, the trading centers, such that people can also come up and utilize that country. Corruption has eaten us like cancer. But it's so unfortunate that this corruption department to another. The issues of corruption is not supposed to be applied selectively. Once you catch somebody who is corrupted, please, Right Honorable Speaker, may we make them face the law and even vomit what they have taken from the people. Because there's catching somebody who has stolen a lot of money from the government, but when he's sent to prison, after serving his or her term, is left free. How about the money you have stolen? Where has the money gone? Are we going to recover all that they have stolen from the citizens of Uganda? Last, Right Honorable Speaker, the referral hospital of Arua, Right Honorable Speaker, I know the government is doing a lot there, but the labor suits for women, it's quite small. It's high time the Ministry of Health should also come up and expand, because our mothers are still giving birth on the floor, which is very uncalled for. And I pray that this able government of NRM will come to Arua City and establish and expand some of the labor suits that we have. Otherwise, we are very happy and we continue to support the NRM government. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Soru Maureen. Honorable Mr. George.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the State of the Nation address delved a lot on issues of prosperity, household income, and the overall relationship to economic development. However, it fell strongly short of mentioning anything on matters rule of law. We should know that what anchors all the plans, even including economic prosperity, is strong fidelity to the law. And what we are witnessing right now, many colleagues here have mentioned about issues of corruption and so on and so forth. They fell short of giving the direct relationship between the aspirations that we look for as a country in terms of economic development and what happens when we don't respect the law, when we don't respect court orders, when government officials, including security officials, are so keen on treating the law with the greatest impunity. That undermines economic development, and we cannot even get what we aspire for in terms of the overall economic development if there is no strong will from the state to ensure that there is fidelity to the rule of law. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, colleagues here have mentioned about issues of corruption, and the State of the Nation address mentioned strongly about corruption. However, it seems like this is the usual rhetoric that we've come to learn from the State of the Nation's address. We have very good anti-corruption laws. We have very good institutions set up under the laws. War against corruption from succeeding over and over years. What has stopped the war against corruption from achieving what we intend in the State of the Nation's address we get every time? It's the political will. And we didn't see that being reflected, Right Honorable Speaker, in the State of the Nation address. What the nation needed to hear was that there is a stronger commitment beyond the rhetoric, beyond what we see every day, to support the institutions that are put in place and to ensure that when institutions are operating against corruption, they are led to work. Lastly, on top of all that, is the issues of the independence of the judiciary. We didn't see anything. The judiciary is in such a unique state under our constitution. It's placed there to ensure that it's the arbiter between the executive, between all the other institutions, and the lowest person. When we many times when we talk about independence of the judiciary, we think that it's just the independence put in place on paper. The practice needs to go beyond. How do we strengthen?
Thank you. Honorable Narima. Followed by Honorable Tebandeke.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as we continue to look at the State of the Nation address, we want to make it very clear that in all what was said, we still don't see a clear measure upon the pending minimum wage for this country. We recall that up to this day, the minimum wage is still 6,000. It is what is established. And as per our legislation, we are seeing this is a very big gap. Even the latest, when we had the employment bill, we don't see the president coming out very clearly to show us that at least we are having hope of ensuring that Ugandans are well paid. That aside, Mr. Speaker, when we get back to the health sector, we are seeing a key health facility like Entebbe Regional Referral Hospital. Its staffing levels are far below the accepted one at 21%, and that is the regional hospital that accommodates every international guest to this country. We are saying the president needs to come out very clearly upon matters of health and to show commitment. We've already seen matters of interns not yet resolved. We are seeing even continuously the doctors. We want clearly matters of health workers to come out well and to have that facilitation. And finally, allow me also to point out a key road in this country called Entebbe Road. That Entebbe Road is one key road which would have pointed out, because he uses it daily. But as we talk today, we've seen on Friday we had an accident. Why? Because of the kind of design we have for Entebbe Road, and continuously we have fatal roads. So we are expecting the president next time he's addressing this country to cite out some key matters, especially such facilities that concern him. Is a resident of Entebbe, so we expect matters concerning him at least to be prioritized, like Entebbe Road, like also Entebbe Regional Referral Hospital, and also another one called Chigunga Road. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Tebandeke.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I join colleagues to appreciate His Excellency the President for meeting his constitutional obligation pursuant to Article 101 of the Constitution. Right Honorable Speaker, the State of the National address by the President was too broad, and it lacked comparative concept of the financial year statement towards the new financial year. Right Honorable Speaker, the President overdwelled on the economic growth, and it's also where I need to exert my energies to explain a little concept. The President concentrated so much on the GDP as a measure of the national income and nearly anticipated Uganda to have crossed into the middle class income status. Colleagues, depending on the GDP to assess national income, without asserting highlighters to measure the impact of GDP is a wrong measure. It could be prudent if the president had also applied the GDP per capita. According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, a report 2024, in Kampala only, a layman Ugandan down there requires 20,000 shillings, Uganda shillings, for survival. And our GDP per capita is rated at $1,034. Computed in Uganda shillings, it gives between 3.7 to 4.2 million shillings. If divisible by 12 months of the year, a Ugandan minimum IST earner, according to our GDP per capita, earns about 300,000 a month. And this one does not correlate with the marginal propensity to consume that a Ugandan needs of the 20,000. So assessing GDP as a measure of national growth without applying it to the GDP per capita, the cost of living, the standard of living, the ratio of marginal propensity to consume versus saving, it gives us a wrong measure. Right, Honorable Speaker, it is from this concept that Ugandans are spending so much on survival and lack what to save. Where a country lacks saving, cannot invest. And this GDP, which the President explained.
Thank you. Honorable Tujiche Boaz, Honorable Karim Masaba, Rugwar Benson.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Atuzuchire Boaz, representing the great people of Katerera in Edebirezi district. I also stand here to appraise the state of the nation by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In his speech, he stressed out very important things, one of which was about increased household income through PDM and 4-acre model. But to materialize this, I think income cannot grow without functional infrastructure. For example, our people in Katerera lack good roads. That is Chambura Road, Katerera and going to Chitagwenda, and Katerera and West Road. There is no way you can say a Katerera person or a Ugandan person should increase his income and improve his agriculture when their produces cannot be transported to the nearest market. So I request that Katerera people should be given infrastructure, that is the road that can help them transport their produce to their markets. In his speech, His Excellency emphasized on free education in each and every sub-county, and it should be a walkable distance. This thing is not how it is in Katerera constituency. We have sub-counties of Chabakara and Katanda whereby they don't have a single city school within the sub-county. This issue has left most of the girls dropping out of the school because of long distance. In his speech again, he emphasized on the growing of the community, and when you check with Katerera, Katerera is one of the sub-counties that borders with national parks. The little money that a person earns is again spent on health issues. Katerera is one of the constituencies without a health center for. They don't have a single ambulance. they don't even have even the boat which can work as an ambulance, because we also borders with the landing site. So to me,
Thank you. Now, before Honorable Karim, you come in, I remembered, because Dr. Yunisapio is here. Honorable Peter Gwang, do you have any feedback for us on the issue of the endangered students?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I want to confirm I have a report in line with your directive, which I was formally going to forward to my honourable colleague in writing and copy to you. But for the record, now that there's IT here, I can read it to the House if you so wish.
According to our rules, if a statement is to be read, it has to be submitted.
So, Right Honourable Speaker, according to our rules, allow me formal after he has signed that report, and I forward to my colleague and give you a copy.
But
and
that's
clap.
not according to our rules. According to our rules, you are supposed to present today. Anyway,
Okay,
I totally agree with you. Okay.
Yes, I can
let's
present
go.
because I have a soft copy here.
No, if possible, Honorable, you
Yes.
can have it printed out,
Yes.
signed, and I give you space. It shouldn't be more than 1 page, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Right Honourable
I give
Speaker.
you
Thank
space
you.
today. We sort it out.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to go with pending issues. Yeah. So I'll be waiting for you to alert me here. I can amend the order paper. We accommodate you. Yes, Honorable Karim Masaba.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, and I do want to thank the President for the State of the Nation address. I'll put my focus on page 13, where he's talking about the tarmacking of the roads, and page 18, where the economy is projected to grow at 6.4% and GDP to grow at 10%. Right Honourable Speaker and members, when you look at the state of the roads in Mbale City, many of them are in a very alarming state, and yet Mbale is one of the areas or one of the cities that we expect to promote tourism and ignite this economy to grow at the rate that is projected. And we have many roads. For example, the road connecting my constituency with Honorable Shafiga, that is the Nkokonjeru and Ale 21 kilometers. And I'm certain you've been there, Right Honourable Speaker. It's not motorable at the moment. And this is a road which was tarmacked about 10 years ago. But when you look at its current state, it's alarming, and I think and do pray that this is given the necessary attention, because tourism up there is a lot of potential, and the Minister of Tourism is here. She's aware of the potential we have. Mbale will be actually hosting the World Tourism Day on the 27th of next month. But when you look at the videos that are going viral, many of our boys who are dancing Kadodi, who are moving around, they are full of mud. And many people do not get or do not understand why they look that way. It's because of the status of the roads and infrastructure in Mbale and Bugisu sub-region. When we were hit by the floods, the President did promise us a package. The Prime Minister then pledged to come and support and reconstruct the bridges that had been affected, but unfortunately, not many, or not, because in my constituency only one was built. That was in 2023, but up to now many bridges are impassable, and there is no way the roads can be in a good state and facilitate movement if we do not give this the much emphasis needed. Lastly, Right Honourable Speaker and members, Mbale is one of the new cities, and we were supposed to benefit from road equipment, but unfortunately many of the roads are in a poor state because of lack of these road equipment that we were promised. And 5 years down the road, we are still requesting government to provide us with some equipment, because many of the roads are terrible, and the station, the Ministry of Work station in Mbale, does not have equipment. Many of them broke down. They got equipment that could barely do any work. So my prayer is that we give much emphasis as possible to the roads and the tourism in Bugisu, because we have the potential as Mbale, as Bugisu, we have potential to earn much more than we are earning currently from tourism. Thank you very much, Right Honourable.
Thank you. Rugor Benson, Achamfuato Pista.
Thank you so much, the Right Honourable Speaker. Allow me to join my colleagues in appreciating His Excellency for the State of the Nation address. Allow me also to thank him so much on the increase of roads in terms of kilometers, both Maram Road and then also the Tarmac Road, the Right Honorable Speaker. But the Right Honorable Speaker, having seen and having observed the district where I come from, when you looked at the kilometers of the roads, then I still wonder, because the President in his remarks clearly state, why would a district still have a bad road with 1 billion Uganda shillings, which is being sent to the district? The Right Honorable Speaker, when you look at Agago has 205 kilometers central government road. When you look at the district has 537 kilometers district road. When you look at the community access road and the sub-county road, it's around 1,737, the Right Honorable Speaker. And the town council has 80 kilometers road. So having looked at the road that the central government has in Agago, which is rarely, on rare cases, they try to maintain. Having looked at the 205 kilometers road the central government has, and having looked at the district road, which is over 535 kilometers, I can still try to picture that the Right Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Works should put more efforts on calculating the kilometers of road per district, not putting 1 million per district, 1 billion per district rather. Because when you look at the roads in other districts has more district road compared to other districts. Like my constituency, I have like 10 sub-counties, the Right Honorable Speaker. That means other districts also have 10 sub-counties, which is equivalent to my county. So now you're giving a district which has all 11 sub-counties 1 billion, and you're giving Agago, which has 26 administrative units and 535 kilometers of road, the same amount of money. Now, how will they work to make sure they also compete with the other roads? And it has been the road in record, the present conference.
Thank you. Atamfuato Pista, followed by Abeja Susan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Achamfato Pista, Woman Member of Parliament representing the people of Zombo. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for catching your eye. I'm grateful. Honorable Speaker, on my behalf and on behalf of the people of Zombo, I also rise to express our gratitude to the President for the elaborate and comprehensive State of the Nation address. Honorable Speaker, we thank the President as people of Zombo for the support that we have gotten in schools, in the health centers. However, Zombo district has one keynote priority, that is the road from Goli, Paida, Zombo, War to Fora. Right Honorable Speaker, history has it that since 1996, the President made the first pledge to the little people, and that the first thing he will do for us is to work on the road. He kept renewing this pledge all the times he came for campaign to Zombo district. Right Honorable Speaker, the last time on the 11th of October last year 2025 at Zombo Upper Primary School, the President made announcement and told the people of Zombo in the day broad light, thousands of us, that Zombo Road will commence in April this year, 2026. To date, we have no feedback, and the only thing that people of Zombo is crying for right now is none other than the road. Right Honorable Speaker, my prayer is that the loans that are being approved and that we are yet to prove, Zombo Road should be one of those that will be borrowed loan for, so that the road is worked on. On that note, on the 23rd of February this year, Zombo Road, the same road on River Nyagak, a commuter taxi plunged into Nyagak River. That bridge was constructed 20 years ago using the old design, and it is the same road that we still use with a lot of population increased vehicles on the road. We have 6 bridges on that same road. Surprisingly, 2 bridges from our neighboring county, Vora, has been worked on, leaving Nyagak Bridge, leaving Ayuda Bridge, which is very weak and dilapidating, that is life-threatening.
Thank you. Honorable Beja,
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me
followed by
opportunity
Honorable Hunter.
to appreciate His Excellency for his visionary State of Nation address. Right Honorable Speaker, in His Excellency State of Nation address, he emphasized on eradicating poverty. As with the people from Otuke and northern Uganda as a whole, we implore the government that His Excellency vision on coffee production, the government, the Minister of Agriculture in particular, should get closer to Otuke. We are really yearning to promote coffee in Otuke, but the challenge is, your Right Honorable Speaker, it is drought. I therefore call on the government if they can help us with low financing irrigation system that can support the farmers, then regional mapping that can identify whatever coffee type is fit for. Right Honorable Speaker, my message to the Minister of Agriculture is always when they're giving us seedlings, they don't give us at the right time. A case in point, in the last supply, coffee seedling was given late when it was heading to shining season, and all what they distributed went into waste. So please, the Minister, as young as you are, as able as you are, as beautiful as you are, let the northern Uganda also shine the way you are shining. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, before Honorable Hunter, I remembered, you know, we have categories in the House. You see, I picked NRM, I picked opposition.
Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, I stand to join my colleagues to appreciate His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief of UPDF. I'm a member of Parliament representing the Uganda People's Defense Forces. Right Honorable Speaker, during the State of Nation address, His Excellency raised a lot of issues. But all these issues are doable, they can be executed. But I want to thank him and to thank all of us, all the Ugandans, for enabling him build a well-robust national defense. Right Honorable Speaker, world over, national defense is built by citizens. It is built by everybody. For the last 40 years, we have experienced high level of peace and stability. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, Uganda is a small country. By size, I think we are 242 square kilometers. Now, when you do that computation, our national defense, depth, the national depth for Uganda is only 42 kilometers. But we have been able to protect this country with the small we have, the little, the few kilometers, called 42 for the last 40 years. And with that, this robust system gave birth to a well-developed national security system, which has put us on a map internationally today. We're a very critical security asset. Everybody eyes on Uganda. And this attributes to one, His Excellency, two, all of us as citizens of this country. Now, my prayer is one. Whatever we intend to do, whatever we are doing, all is anchored.
Generally, rarely do you have an opportunity. As a mere 2 minutes, you conclude your point.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is I was actually concluding that as a country, we should jealously defend what we have, because most people don't have even a quarter of what we have as a country. I beg you to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Hunter.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is James Hunter, Bienjel Tukahirwa, MP, Kajara County. I also stand to support the motion as laid by the Honorable Prime Minister in support of the President's speech on the state of the nation. I want to thank the President. In the bureaucratic sector, either something should be done to that they should get saved from that curse of appropriating the monies to their own, so that this country we reach the desired level which the President has given us in the state of the nation. I beg to submit. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mukisa Hope.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Mukisa Robina Hope, woman member of Parliament, Namaingo District. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to join my honorable colleague in appreciating His Excellency for his inspiring and comprehensive State of National Address. During the State of National Address, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda emphasized wealth creation, accountability, infrastructure development, improved health care, facilities, and a call for no more sleep. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to reduce on distant referrals and also save lives. I want to thank His Excellency for his steadfast commitment on improving the lives of Ugandans, and I also look forward to seeing Namaingo receive this much needed infrastructure upgrade. For God and my country, I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Onzima Fiona Atianga Stella.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to congratulate you upon retaining your honorable seat. And let me also join my honorable colleagues in applauding His Excellency upon his State of Nation address, where he's openly stated that wealth creation cannot be achieved if there is no peace, law and order and supportive infrastructure. Right Honorable Speaker, in my constituency, that is Ivy West constituency, we happen to have one national road, which is the Arua City Liaka Storm or Dramataku route, which connects Uganda to the Democratic Republic of Congo and Central African Republic. Right Honorable Speaker, that road is in a devastating status, whereby it has not been maintained and the rate of trade along that route has declined because the traders fear to lose their goods along that route. And it is in other ways affecting the economy of Uganda since it generates revenue for the country. Right Honorable Speaker, another issue is about the health sector in Ivy West constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, Ivy West constituency is 413 square kilometers, and we only have one ambulance which was donated by Arua Hospital, and it is already old. Right now, if we all witnessed as a country in 2020 April, where a patient was transported to the regional hospital on a wheelchair because an ambulance was called and it failed to surface on time. Right Honorable Speaker, our prayer as Ivy West is that the Ministry of Health should avail one ambulance for Ivy West constituency. Thank you.
Thank you. Stella Tiang.
Thank you.
Aisu Ibrahim.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to join my colleagues in thanking the President for the State of Nation address that shows that this government has contributed a lot to the economic transformation of this country. Right Honorable Speaker, peace and security is the backbone to development of any nation. I want to thank the President for standing strong in disarming the Karamojong warriors that has brought peace to the region. This has made Karamoja part in terms of security stabilization, part of this country in terms of security stabilization. Right Honorable Speaker, I request that governments put appropriate mechanisms or measures to sustain the peace and security that Karamoja has achieved. My prayers are, one is the quick response to petty insecurity incidences like petty thefts that take place. This will help to keep the security situation calm and keep my people, the warriors, informed that government is still on in ensuring that Karamoja stays stable. The other one is the issue of water for production. To facilitate irrigation to encourage food production throughout the year, this would help us to get rid of hunger situations like now that is caused by unreliable rainfall. Because hunger is one of the reasons that my people claim is the reason that's why this insecurity takes place. The other one is support education of a Karamojong child as a measure of mindset change to break the vicious cycle of warriorhood. Right Honorable Speaker, it's proven that whichever Karamojong has gone to school will never go for any raid. So we believe that taking a Karamojong child to school will actually help change their mind get other alternative ways of living. The other one is about skilling, of course, to help them acquire knowledge on alternative living. Right, Honorable Speaker, I also want to bring to your notice or to government that we have stalled projects in Karamoja, especially in my district. One is the oxygen plant of the regional.
Thank you. Yisu Ibrahim, followed by Kungu Samuel. And Kungu Samuel, then Akwerikin Francis, then Kwizera Wagaungu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me first and foremost to congratulate you, being my first maiden speech, for attaining the seat as a Deputy Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me also on record by the names Honorable Ibrahim Aisu, representing the people of Parisa County in the district of Parisa. Mr. Speaker, I want to join my colleagues in appreciating His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Coming from the county of Parisa, we have seen the goods and the services the government of Uganda has so far delivered to the wananchi of Uganda. Coming to the road network, I want to also put this clear. Some time back, we were crying over the roads network in the district of Parisa. I want to appreciate the Arab contractors who were given this contract. The roads that connect from Parisa Kumi, Parisa Kamonkoli, and Parisa Tilinyi, as of now, Parisa has been now put on the network of the world. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, we also want to call upon the government. However much that Saka Bridge was given to us, I want to appreciate that. But still, we would like to see that the connection of Parisa Kaliro, this road is worked on. We have had instances, also accidents. Many of our persons or people have lost lives. More so after the Saka Bridge, when you connect to the town of Parisa. We have a contractor who is trying to fit on Maram from Kaliro to the Saka Bridge. Still, that very contractor, if given opportunity, he can also still give a chance to Parisa so that we can also have tarmac or Maram on that road. That area, that normally of Nangodi, as you come to the town. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to put this clear. In 2017, when Parisa was carved away from Butebu, and Butebu was given a district, we had sub-counties which by...
Thank you. Akwerikin Francis.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I join the House on behalf of the people of Kapalibion constituency to thank the President for the communication he gave to the country and the guidance he gave, especially on the progress that we have made as a country in terms of socio-economic transformation. Now, despite of the progress we have made on behalf of the people of Teso, it has been spoken several times in this House. The challenges, the ministers have kept on repeatedly, the government is in the way, is working hard to get funding from JICA. But from what we are getting that the funding from JICA is only going to expand a maternity ward. But the referral hospital is facing a lot of challenges beyond the maternity ward. Indeed, the maternity ward is important, but we need additional infrastructure. That referral hospital supports 11 districts of Teso sub-region, including the people of Kapelebio. So I join the members of parliament who have raised on this matter so that government takes this matter very, very serious. Number two, we have a road. We have districts in this country that have never seen tarmac. Abim district, Kapelebyong district. There is a road that connects the people of Teso to Karamoja via Kotido. That road is a national road that takes the people to Kidepo. We really want to ask the minister. Last week we had government is going to borrow a loan to finance upgrade of a road in Busoga. I hope, I'm in a committee of national economy. I hope in the next loan which is coming, because I'm told loans come every quarter. Our prayer is that the loan that will come next quarter should be from Soroti, Dakabela, Amuria, Obalanga, Abim, Kotido. Because we have never seen tarmac. I saw tarmac when I came to A-level. So we really want to ask government to support us to get a tarmac road. I thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, Honorable, for clarification, loans don't come on a quarterly basis. Yes. You know, when we are passing the budget, when we are approving the budget, we also approve sources of financing. And part of the sources is borrowing. So whenever they are able to process, that's when the loans come. So next quarter, you might not get one and you get disappointed. You start demanding for a loan on the floor. Yes, Honorable Kungu Samuel, then Honorable Kwizera.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. For record, I'm Kungu Samuel Wamteze. I represent the people of Chuguru North Constituency in Uganda District. Right Honorable Speaker, I start to make a contribution on the State of the Nation's address by His Excellency the President. Right Honorable, the State of the Nation address, I looked at it as a twofold. One, an accountability of NRM's 40 years in power through the micro and macro economic factors. Two, the phrase no more sleep. I look at it as a policy shift where it shifts from policy to implementation. Right, Honorable Speaker, however, a good analysis would also look at the missing gaps. Right, Honorable Speaker, His Excellency the President's speech did not emphasize the issue of skilling gaps amongst the youth, especially in my constituency, Chuguru North constituency. Right, Honorable Speaker, the President talked of PDM, which is very good. However, we are giving PDM money to the youth who are less skilled. Right, Honorable Speaker, my people of Chuguru North constituency mobilized themselves and put a 4-block building to be used as a technical institute in Inawitende sub-county. But however, Right Honorable Speaker, 20 years down the road, my people have been begging the government to take over that building as a training institute for skilling the youth. This has not yet been implemented. Right Honorable Speaker, the people have requested that this time around, since the President said no more sleep, let the government not sleep, let them take over Navi Training Institute as a model institute to skill the youth in the sub-county. Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, statistics without implementation remains a propaganda. So this time around, Right Honorable Speaker, let us translate the GDP into center into electricity. For example, Right Honorable Speaker, time and again, my people of Chidago sub-county don't have a health center free. They don't have a city school. People don't have electricity. Places like Namokanaga, Malovi, they have never tested electricity. Kasambika, they have never tested electricity. Right Honorable Speaker, this time they are saying, let no more sleep mean electricity to them. I beg to submit.
Honorable Minister for Energy, I put for you Thursday. I received your letter saying you're not ready. So kindly, we'll do Thursday. I'm sure you will be ready. If you want to be ready, I will bring back the other statement. It's the one we shall debate. So that we conclude. Okay? Yeah. So, I already have where to begin from.
Right Honorable Speaker, I commit that I will be on the floor on Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Gahungu.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Colleagues, I want to join the colleagues who are supporting the motion. But I wish to make the following remarks. And I want to appeal to the minister to listen to me very carefully. Why is everybody talking about the road? Because these roads are made not following economic rate of return. If we had the studies on roads and we are following economic rates of return, we would not be having political rates of return. Roads cannot be made through lobbying. They must be guided at what extent they will add to the economic importance of the country. That one is very important, and I beg the Speaker to direct that all the roads that we shall be passing must come with economic rate of return. Second, Right Honorable Speaker, is that I want to thank the President and UPDF because Uganda is an island of peace. We thank the Commander-in-Chief and the CDF. We thank you very much. But when you have an island of peace, what does it mean? It means that we are getting to get other people who are coming here who could be criminals. So we want to beg that UPDF know that when you are an island of peace, you are attracting other criminals to come here. And we want to appeal that the President be protected. What information does the President get? The President consumes all the information, bad and good. And there is an extent when the President acts on bad information. And the bad information the President works on leads to making an error of the President by sacking people when we have boards. But imagine the President writing to sack someone when he has a minister. So why can't the minister sack that person? So I want to tell you that the President gave you power to run those ministries. So why should the minister take action on an officer in your ministry when you are a minister and you are there? I think that one is very important, that ministers know that you have delegated function and you must exercise it in accordance with the law. Another issue I would want to talk about is the State of the Nation address. The President made presidential proclamation, was not happy with corruption and service delivery, meaning that we expected a reform, a legal reform, how to fight corruption better and service delivery. Many people, you can see that because government was doing what people don't expect, now Honorable Minister of Local Government and the State Minister, they are doing what the people expect. So why should the people expect things from government?
Thank you. I hope Committee on Fiscal Infrastructure and Budget, you took note on the issue of roads. Yeah. So that's very, very critical. Now, honorable colleagues, I'm not picking you according to the cheats you're sending to me. No. I'm picking you according to the list I got from whips. When you see me, when you see me reading, that's number one. Now, yes. Number two, honorable colleagues, the session is still going on, meaning you have a chance of being picked. Maybe if you have a program of rushing somewhere, you tell me, so that it goes on record that you need, you want to go, so I should give you affirmative action. Yeah. Okay, and if you're honest to me, I do it. But if you are, if really you've come to be with us here, I request to be with us. We are still here together. I also need the company. Yeah, like if Honorable Bigger Rose leaves me here, I'll feel sad. So I want her to. So I'll pick her toward the end. I'll pick her toward the end so that she can be, because she's always with me here. So, but I'm going to pick Obiga Rose. I pick Odiema. Oh, on State of the Nation? Honorable, you spoke on State of the Nation? Okay, give me a chance. I check my list, Honorable. Don't mind. Okay, let me pick Honorable Odiema Simon Peter. Okay, as I check. Don't mind. after Odiema Simon Peter, okay? I can pick you. I have a list of those who have spoken. Yeah. Oh, she has, my record shows she has not spoken on State of the Nation. Yes, on SONA. Okay. Odiema Simon Peter.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Then Obiga Rose. Then Sowed Ismail. Then, no, allow me to be selfish, Rito. I pick my woman MP after. Yes, yes, my woman MP. What if it was you? Some of you would have picked on the first day. No, but that's just on a right note. Honorable colleagues, I'm going to give you a chance. Yeah. Please, Honorable.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. I raised to appreciate our President on his States of National Address. For the record, Odiema Simon Peter Doom, representing Chua West County, one of the counties that has been in the hand of opposition for the last 25 years. This is the first NRM member of parliament representing that county. Back to the national address from my president.
And you want Honorable Muir to be happy?
Yes, of course. I need you also. I have to want to appreciate you, my right honorable speaker. This is my first time to speak on the floor of the parliament. At least I expect more time too. And excuse me, back to the statement made by my president. He was talking about the ideology of NRM, economical transformation, which is very key, my right honorable speaker. But looking back to where I come from, I'll start with nodding syndrome, which is affecting Chua West County. This nodding syndrome children have been going on and on, right upon the speaker. These children have grown up as we speak now. Unfortunately, God has given them nature that they have so much heart for sex. Now they're impregnating their fellow sisters. So where are we going to place these children? I would request the Ministry of Health, together with Office of the Prime Minister, to do something, because these children eat a lot. That's one. Getting back to health, because me, I love children, right honorable speaker. All the health center 3 in Chua West don't even have children wards. And you know children, they are so vulnerable. We cannot admit them with the mature people. So please, Minister of Health, I please try to do something. At least all health center 3 should be having a children wards. Second, that's the second point. But the third point, I'm happy we have State Minister for Education here. We have built several seed schools in Chua West, but this school we are not using them because children cannot.
Thank you, Honorable Bigaros.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in the same vein, I join colleagues in thanking the President in his State of Nation address. Right Honorable Speaker, Terego district is the last created district in this country, and we are one of the new districts that did not get the equipment, the road equipments. Right Honorable Speaker, the President did allude to the number of kilometers made by NRM government in this country. I'll kindly beg, if the new districts can be supported with the remaining equipments, we would increase on that kilometer. 2, Right Honorable Speaker, we, West Nile, we don't have any cash crop. And this is making it difficult for us to put money in people's pocket. And the fact that tobacco has now gone to the dogs, we are left with nothing. We are begging if Ministry of Agriculture can be deliberate enough to promote coffee growing, cocoa growing in West Nile, will be not the second last or the second poorest in this country. We'll be able to change our trajectory and move to a better level and not keep this country in third world. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to ask Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Water and Roads. I did last week say in this house that Water Aid tried to construct water for
agriculture, water for production, but they touch the eye of the water. Now, what has come out, they cannot contain. Farms have been swallowed in Mvepi, which has really been stressed because there's no water. But this is a blessing in disguise. I beg the ministry to respond. Refugee crops have already been consumed by water. Plants of Mvepi have been consumed by water. We can no longer pass. The roads have been blocked. And we are going through hell. Now, once we bring issues in this Parliament House, August House, how long does it take ministries to respond? I've reached out to the PS, I've gone to the ministers, I have called each and everybody. Right Honorable, where do I go next? This was an emergency. I beg the ministries responsible to come to Terego. And the right Prime Minister did mention here that we will take note and act up to date. Water has now finished plans in Terego. Where do I go next? What do we eat? We are not asking for food. We're asking for seeds. We wrote a letter for seeds for West Nile. Up to today, we don't know where these seeds are. I beg, when we ask for things, when we write letters, there should be a response.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, do you think you can coordinate with Minister of Water on this emergency? Because the area is getting submerged, and this was water for production, irrigation.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. First, I want to assure the House that we are working on program approach with the Ministry of Water and local government. And whenever we tackle a problem, we tackle it together. I also want to inform the previous speaker that actually Northern Uganda is one of the areas identified for strategic intervention in coffee, including West Nile.
No, Honourable Minister, the issue we have, yes, they were doing a water project, irrigation, and it seems in the process of doing it, crops are getting destroyed. So the Honourable Member raised it on Thursday. Nothing has been done up to now. We would need you to send your technical team on ground to assess and say where you head up the Port Terego.
Right Honourable Speaker, we are very much aware about that case, and our technical people are on ground with the people of the water. The contract was contracted actually abandoned site, and the Minister of Water is trying to solve the problem.
So I will request you get in touch with your daughter, your colleague, Honourable Biga Rose, okay? Yeah, because I know you're good at doing that, Honourable.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Please, Honourable Biga Rose, get in touch with Honourable Ramrama to ensure the issue is sorted. Honourable, so where this man? So where this man is here? Okay. So now, Honourable colleagues, as I come to the side of opposition, because we keep doing rounds, just allow me an opportunity to get two items, quick ones. One, Minister of Tourism, Clerk.
Laying of papers, report on management of human-wildlife conflict and implementation of the wildlife compensation scheme.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, just give us a summary in 2 minutes. You late, you give us a summary so that we refer it to the relevant committee.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members. Allow me to lay on table the report of the management of human-wildlife conflict and implementation of the wildlife compensation scheme. I beg to lay.
Thank you.
As advised by Right Honourable Speaker, I'm going to try and summarize as much as possible.
Just 2 minutes, Honourable. 2 minutes.
Yeah. Article 237 of the Constitution mandates government to hold in trust and protect essential natural resources such as lakes, rivers, wetlands, game reserves, national parks, and any land set aside for ecological and touristic purposes for the benefit of the citizens of Uganda. And also at the same time, the Uganda Wildlife Authority Act CAP 315 also mandates UWA, the Uganda Wildlife Authority, the responsibility of managing wildlife within and outside designated protected areas. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, as you're all aware, there has been a big challenge when it comes to the human-wildlife conflict in all areas that accommodate our 10 national parks, 12 wildlife reserves, 5 community wildlife areas, and other protected areas like bird sanctuaries. So I'll look at the causes of human-wildlife conflicts, and these include population pressure. As we are all aware, in all areas where our national parks are hosted, the populations were thinner then, and now the numbers are multiplied. So there is really a lot of pressure on the land. And then there is wildlife habitat loss. There's a lot of poaching and illegal trade in wildlife and its products. There is illegal grazing in wildlife protected areas. There is inadequate and lack of buffer zones in migratory corridors for the wildlife. There is a big impact caused by climate change. There is inadequate capacity for Uganda Wildlife Authority and local government authorities. And as you're aware, Right Honorable Speaker, Cabinet had put a cap on recruitment of rangers. So there's been an issue when it comes to capacity. There is also ignorance or poor attitude of the local communities towards wildlife. So the Uganda Wildlife Authority has come up with different interventions to mitigate human-wildlife conflict. And these include electric fencing. Actually, that is our biggest intervention as of now. And just quoting 2 examples, maybe in Queen Elizabeth National Park, we've done a fence in Rubirizi, 32.52 kilometers, in Kasese, 89 kilometers, in Kanungu, 26 kilometers, in Rukungiri, 14 kilometers, in Kitagwenda, 10, in Ibanda, 8 kilometers. So that is 180 kilometers of electric fencing. Around Maction Falls.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. You see, what I just wanted you was to introduce your paper, okay? And then, because we are going to handle it in detail, okay? Because now, if you do all of it, it means we are going to start debating it and yet the same committee. So allow me kindly to refer it to the Committee on Tourism. They process, engage, you come with the technical people, then the committee brings you a report with recommendations, and we make resolution. Thank you. Maybe if there was something very critical you feel you just needed to mention.
Just critically, Right Honourable Speaker, I just wanted to tell members some of the interventions they could also take in their constituencies, especially for the hosting districts hosting the national parks. Sometimes our constituents plant crops that are palatable to the wild animals. So I'd like to encourage members to encourage the communities around the game parks to plant crops like lilies, which wild animals cannot enjoy, and that way they will not be overcrossing into the community. Otherwise, UWA has been active in compensating those ones whose gardens have been raided, for example, and those ones who've lost lives. So as a ministry, we are really doing our best to ensure that we resolve such issues once and for all. So I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I will ably interact with the committee to ensure that we bring this to a logical conclusion. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Well done. Yeah, so the one from the Minister of Education on endangered student.
Statement on the allegations regarding withholding of transcripts and certificates at Ndeje University.
Honourable Minister of Education.
Right Honourable Speaker, allow me present a statement. Right Honourable Speaker, a petition was presented to Parliament alleging that Ndeje University had withheld academic transcripts and certificates of graduates from St. Stephen Nazareth Teachers College, citing outstanding financial obligations. In response, Ndeje University has submitted its position explaining the circumstances surrounding the matter. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, the university maintains that it is committed to providing quality higher education and has taken steps to address the concerns raised by the affected students. The dispute stems from a memorandum of understanding with St. Stephen Nazareth Teachers College, under which St. Stephen Nazareth Teachers College was responsible for remitting students' tuition and related fees to the university. According to the university, St. Stephen's Nazareth Teachers College accumulated areas leading to delays in processing academic documents. The university states it has engaged St. Stephen Nazareth Teachers College on several occasions to recover the outstanding funds and facilitate the release of students' academic records. The university further states also indicates that the inconsistency in figures presented by St. Stephen's Nazareth Teachers College a complicated verification of the exact number of affected students and outstanding academic documents. Ndeje University reports that 50 certificates, stock transcripts have since been processed and are pending verification and collection. The remaining documents cannot be printed because they have an outstanding information that St. Stephen Nazareth Teachers College has not submitted yet. Right, Honourable Speaker and colleagues, as of now, the current status, the university asserts that most affected students have now received some of the documents. The remaining cases relate mainly to the verification requirements and collection arrangement. The institution remains committed to resolving all outstanding cases, complying with the statutory obligation. Madam Right Honourable Speaker, I want to implore my colleague to follow up this matter with me in the office so that once and for all we can be able to, if there are other students who haven't gotten their documents, they should be able to follow it up administratively. I thank you so much for this information and for listening to me.
Thank you. Now, Honourable Minister, you've concluded well, and that should have been captured in the statement. Because now, I had looked at you as a go-between between the two institutions. The matter of the student came, now you've given the position of the ministry. So what we need is you to stand your ground and say, as a ministry, we are going to ensure that issues of these students are sorted. That's all we need. Okay? Because we cannot resolve such a matter as here, Honourable colleagues.
Right Honourable Speaker, with your permission, can I have a meeting with my colleague on Thursday?
Because I'm seeing on a nope.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for this opportunity. My name is Mastola Namatovu. I represent the people of Kamuli Municipality. I wish to commend His Excellency the President for his bold call allegations well in turn affect
their production costs and also inflated the product prices. This challenge, right now, reducing make renewable energy more affordable for our entrepreneurs by lowering
a chance. So that we can address. We give you a chance. You explain. I had before can I remember I had
my gratitude to His Excellency Nation Address on 4th July 2026, which entailed a transformational objectives to the government of Uganda. To our senior leaders, immense lobbying, support and courage towards this great health center. However, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me bring this to your notice, that after some time, construction stopped on knowing it is now a general hospital. Right Honorable Speaker, you are aware that our district is very big, constituted of 3 constituencies and with a very big population. It is very uncalled for when we come to the maternity ward. You find when the population of patients is very big outside At the same time, you find when the outpatients who are supposed to be treated in the outpatient department are overflowing the maternity ward because they don't have where to get treatment from. Pregnant mothers are suffering in labor. Mothers have nowhere to put their newborn babies, which is sincerely too hurting to the people of Mitoma and Ugandans who are passing through the same. And when it comes to admitting patients, females and males share the same male ward because it is the only male ward in the place apparently. And the outpatient treatment is done outside in the tents that were being donated by USAID 4 years back. Those tents are so tired, they are so dirty, they are so worn out. Right Honorable Speaker, allow me bring this to your attention and attention of this Honorable House that now our rainy season is coming. I don't know what Mitoma.
Thank you. Conclude, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it is my request, my big request to the government of Uganda to come out to the outcry of Mitoma people. Because tentatively, the medical staff don't have where to carry out their medical duties from. The outpatient treatment is done outside in a rainy season. They are all congested in verandas. My prayer is the government to resume the construction of our general hospital, since we are given this chance, complete it, so that my people of Mitoma can also enjoy the better health services. I beg to submit. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Kanavi Jimmy. I'm sure the Minister of Health has taken note of that. And Honorable, I promise I'm also going to follow up with you. We are going to follow up together as a team. Thank you.
Thanks, Right Honorable Speaker, for this great opportunity. I'm Honorable Kanavi Jimmy, MP Buliko South Constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, people of Buyukwe and Jinja, those are the two districts which are generating electricity in Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, we have Narubale Onifes Dam and Bujagali. But Right Honorable Speaker, to my surprise, you find many areas in Buyukwe are not connected on the grid. For example, we have a parish which is called Rugoba in the Sistab County. We have Novo Parish, we have Kalagala Parish in Wachisi Division, and we have many villages. For example, Bulega, Makota, Katete, Chiwali. Those are areas which are not yet connected on the grid, yet you are the one supplying electricity in this entire Uganda. To my surprise, many districts are all connected. I will mention some of the districts which are connected 100%. But for us, we are generating electricity, we are not yet connected. So my humble prayer, Right Honorable Speaker, at least if they believe in a principle of loyalty and corporate social responsibility, Buyukwe and Jinja should be connected. And another issue, Right Honorable Speaker, we have a very pertinent issue, and it is giving us a lot of headache. That is the road of Buyukwe, Rugazi, Bovoma. His Excellency, the President, has been telling people of Buyukwe and Bovoma that they are going to work upon that road. But each financial year, that road is not appearing in the budget of Uganda. So I want this Honorable House I want to call upon this Honorable House and the Budgeting Committee at least to consider this road which connects the two districts, because because according to policy under Ministry of Works, the road which connects two districts, they are supposed to be tarmac. But ours, it connects Yukwe and Buvuma, but it is not tarmac. Honorable Speaker, I beg to submit, and my humble prayer to appeal to Ministry of Works and the Minister and the entire Parliament, at least to consider the people of Yukwe.
Thank you. But Honorable, mine connects 3 districts, and that doesn't even have a maram. This word is unfair. Because mine connects Kunjiri, connects Bushenyi and Mitom. And me and Honorable Amanya Cohen and Rebecca and Honorable Kazora and General Tafire, you know. So Honorable Batua, then Honorable Tan Moses.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues. I rise to represent the people of Jinja Southern Division, West Constituency, that they thankfully received the State of Nation address, but particularly where the President addressed himself on the matter of Kampala-Jinja Expressway. In the State of Nation address, the President explicitly highlighted within his context that this infrastructure project is a strategic one. But most important, that is a macroeconomic blueprint. This project is connecting 2 cities, Kampala and Jinja. In Jinja, it's my constituency, Jinja Southern Division West, that is going to receive this massive project. In his words, the President is truly very proud about it. But we want to say, the people of Jinja want to say, that when such big projects are being constructed, it is a global best practice to reserve a percentage of that enormous amount of money to work on the roads in the terminal cities. The global practice says 10 to 15%. This is a project of 1.5 billion US dollars. We are talking of 5 trillion Uganda shillings. If we are to go with the global best practice, 750 billion Uganda shillings should have been reserved to work on the feeder roads within Jinja. It makes engineering common sense. This kind of road that is starting in Kampala with 8 lanes, and it is designed first and foremost not even to make an accident. It is designed for cars to run at least.
Sorry for interruption, Honorable Batua. But I thought from what I had seen earlier, as if the roads in Jinja, the ones you're talking about, yes, are going to be worked on with the one of Mburamuti. Aren't they considering? Yeah. Or they've not considered?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Because we have their own here also.
Yes, on the project of Mburamuti, we were given only 10 kilometers. So 10 kilometers in Jinja, we got only 3 roads. Now we are of the view that when this road arrives in Jinja with so many cars, and it's an expressway, in engineering, an expressway you can't branch off. So whoever is on that road is going to end up in Jinja. So we want money to receive these people very well.
Just 1 minute you conclude, because I interfered with you.
So I need money. We need money in Jinja to receive the people who are alighting off the expressway. But most importantly, we want to be included in the discussions of this project. We need our local government, the mayor, the town clerk and their team, to be part of the project management team, to be part of the interministerial team, because KCCA is there. The Ministry of Finance is part of the team. Let's also be part of the team so that the other end of the road makes sense. You can't fly 120 kilometers and you end up nowhere. Right Honorable Speaker, I pray that we start these discussions immediately, and maybe in one of the following meetings, the Minister of Transport addresses himself that side. Otherwise, for us in Jinja, we are eager to participate, to see to it that the presidential monumental jewel in East Africa that is going to exemplify him as a unique president among the presidents in East Africa, the Jinja-Kampala Expressway, that it's well done on either side. Thank you very much. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Rob, I had wanted you to come toward this when the ministers, but you will come in as Muiru, Paul, Honorable, okay? But toward that end. Honorable Tan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I join the House, congratulate you. My name is Atan Moses, Member of Parliament representing the people of Soroti East. Right Honorable Speaker, I join to congratulate the President upon the State of the Nation address, and I will quickly point out one statement on page 9, that when President Clinton visited us in 1998, I wanted him to visit the cattle corridor and see the outcome of the good USAID had done. Right Honorable Speaker, I come from Teso. Teso is part of the cattle corridor. Karamoja is part of the cattle corridor. Teso Karamoja constitute 60% of the cattle corridor. We have the first meat packers in the country, Soroti Meat Packers, which lies idle and redundant as we speak today. The Kenyan brothers are coming to Teso. They buy beef, go and repackage it in Kenya and export it as beef from Kenya instead of Uganda. I wish to move this house. It is prudent that we address the cattle corridor, including the 60% of the cattle corridor which covers Karamoja and Teso. I wish also to move that we put breeding centers in the Teso and Karamoja as part of the cattle corridor. We don't have any single breeding center in that part of the cattle corridor. Right Honorable Speaker, we cannot have the programs and projects talked in the State of the Nation address with a sick population. Soroti Regional Referral Hospital, doctors are enormous with potential, and on the 7th of April 2021, Dr. Podoi led the team here after successful separation of conjugate twins. And this house, on the record, appreciated them. Great speeches were made. That term of 2021-2026 ended without any project of intervention in the referral hospital. A doctor almost died out of electricity, almost killing him when he was on a theater table. The theater is condemned and written off. Recently, we could not afford to operate. A retired bishop of Baikol had to be moved in a minor theater for eye operation in order to be saved. When he was being transfusioned into the theater, and power went off. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable.
Thank you. Chiruruta. No, but there is a microphone, please. No, use that one behind. Let's save time. Followed by Stella Maris.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity to deliberate more on the President's State of the Nation address. It's my singular honor to appreciate the President for always sparing part of his time to address the nation, Right Honorable Speaker. But Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, the State of the Nation address failed to touch base with the cardinal backbone of our people of Greater Masaka, but to be specific, the people of Karungu, where the main source of livelihood, income lies in agriculture for both subsistence and commercial purposes. But you will realize that even after harvest, most of the produce gets rotten or goes to waste due to lack of ready markets. Our people want to hear that our roads will be constructed for them to be in a position to transport and deliver their produce. Right Honorable Speaker, we are talking of a district with only one Tamaka road, and that is the Kampala-Masaka Highway, which just passes through the district. The president keeps telling us stories about how they fought and how they used to solve problems in the 1980s. But Right Honorable Speaker, I want to assure you that solutions of 1980s cannot solve problems of such a digital era. Right Honorable Speaker, the president keeps putting us in a class of history, re-echoing what happened before 80% of the population was born. We need the president to assure us that, that opposing the political status quo does not make us terrorists, like Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi. We need to see a Uganda where people have access to better health and education services, Right Honorable Speaker, with young businessmen not suffering with huge taxes because we want to widen the tax base. We want to have practical solutions, not just rhetorical theory solutions. No wonder the next generation that we shall bequeath this nation to is likely to suffer the overborrowing problem. This government has a PhD in borrowing, whereby by December 2025 we are having
Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku sereebu wo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnokwagatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku sereebu wo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnokwagatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku sereebu wo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnokwagatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku sereebu wo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnokwagatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku sereebu wo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnokwagatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook.
Emphasized so much and really urged us leaders that if we are to grow this economy, if we are to grow Uganda, it will depend so much on the discipline and the full part. I want to thank the President because he further warned against tolerance of weak execution of mandate in both the government and the communities, arguing that Uganda can only or cannot achieve transformation if leadership. Right Honorable Speaker, during the State of the Nation address, the President said Uganda's development path has always been about shifting people from subsistence living into structured economic participation, arguing that the biggest challenge has been moving. Honorable Speaker, a significant part of the address focused on the cattle corridor, where the President said the animal mobilization efforts are aimed at transforming nomadic patrons into settled commercial farms, which has yielded lasting results. It is on this background of this House into the current multiple notable cattle diseases outbreak in my constituency, we have received several reports and general concerns from the farmers who are suffering huge losses of animals due to that the Ministry of Agriculture interests itself with urgency into this matter to investigate and cause appropriate working solution. During the State of the Nation address, Right Honorable Speaker, the President reflected on our mobilization efforts carried out with limited resources. Ideas rather than money drove the movement. Turning to the implementation, Right Honorable Speaker, the President said government programs such as PDM, Emyoga and NADS and
Engineer Karisa. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I join the rest of my colleagues of goodwill in appreciating what the President presented on the 4th of June this year. But also I want to differ from a friend, not have comparative analysis in that presentation. Right Honorable Speaker, if you look at the last paragraph of page 17 and then page 18 at the top, there's a lot of comparative analysis the President has done there. And that's where I'm going to pick my point of appreciation from. For instance, I could paraphrase this as saying, in 1962, only 9% of households were in the money economy. Of the homesteads in Uganda in the money economy. It continues to say that US dollar, our GDP in 1986 was US dollar 3.9 billion, 0.3 billion, but if you use the PPP method, it stands at 197.1, and the whole of that paragraph proceeds in the comparative analysis. Therefore, I want to appreciate what poorest sub-region in Uganda. It could even be possible that by this morning, Karamoja could have overtaken us. Because now they have factories, they have a lot of mining activities going on. I'm just waiting to read the next report where Karamoja sub-region will have overtaken West Nile. Right Honorable Speaker, even in academic institutions, students who are perceived to be slow learners put in different streams so that they can be given special remedial treatment. Now that this country has seen us continuously lagging behind, why don't they put special treatment to bring West Nile on top? It's certainly true that the 33 economy, West Nile could have contributed close to 25% of the 33%. My cry to this government.
Thank you. Engineer Kalisa, followed by Tibiaze Peace.
For purposes of record, I'm Dr. Engineer John Bosco Koi Kalisa, and representing the people of Bweju West. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to appreciate His Excellency the President for his State of Nation address. The State of Nation address came up with a bold strategy of 10-fold strategy growth anchored on ATMs. And Right Honorable Speaker, for that strategy of $200 billion US dollars by 2040, Uganda needs to invest heavily in human capital development. Right Honorable Speaker, that means that for us to deliver that strategy, we need a well-educated Speaker. Going to Bweju West. In Bweju West, we have a corridor of 3 sub-counties. That is Chahenda, Revenge, and Burere, bordering with Kasukendre. Bweju district, we do not have a technical school. And for purposes of having a highly skilled and well-educated population to participate in that strategy, I request this August House and the government to take consideration. Mr. Speaker, deliver that strategy. In Bweju as a district, we do not have a district hospital. We do not have a health center for Bweju West. We have identified Engagement Center 3 if it can be upgraded into health center for constituency. Council and the Benje sub-county, we do not have health centers there. So, Right Honorable Speaker, we believe that if we could be given those health centers and those schools, and even if we could be given a technical school, a place, some land where we can build it in Richiri, Ibhanga sub-county, we would be very grateful for this government, and we would, our people of West would become, would participate in that growth rather than being.
Honorable Tibiaza Peace, Honorable Jack Muganda, and Honorable Uhuru Nelson.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Peace Tibiaze, woman MP on the State of the Nation address, and to make a few submissions on behalf of the people of Jinja. Right Honorable Speaker, Jinja District has historically been known for being an industrial, commercial, and tourism hub. However, Right Honorable Speaker, I would commend the district. Its aim of establishing this factory was to rejuvenate local industrialization. But however, it could empowering the young generation with employment. We do not see this, and the people of Jinja are really lacking in terms of being put in our area. Right Honorable Speaker, our local residents possess requisite competences to serve as engineers, welders, electricians, machine operators, drivers, and also as security personnel. And also, I therefore argue the government to operationalize and deliberately look at the local content to be able to be prioritized as local recruitment and also procurement to that meant. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to interest this House on the ongoing electricity shortage in our district. Budima Health Center for electricity for over close to 6 months, and yet we have patients in there who really deserve attention in purposes of scans goes in and out. But then, before submission, I want to interest again the House on the ongoing insecurities of Jinja. It is still pending. I've not gotten a response from the ministry, where we are having so many people being killed on the Jinja highway. Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Now, I think tomorrow we are also swearing in the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, who will come in to help. Because I understand the President has said they can start work right away, and the Minister of Internal Affairs is overwhelmed and be supported. I know this. Honorable Jackie Muganda, followed by Honorable Uhuru Nelson.
My name is Chogabiro Jackie Muganda, District Woman Representative, Chegegwa. I rise to express my profound gratitude to His Excellency for economic takeoff of strict administrative accountability. recommend the following in his State of National Address. No more sleep, no politeness, to non-performance, various my prayers to the government to intervene and bring definitive conclusion to the severe land issues paralyzing my district by absentee landlords in the areas of Kajumbura, Nkakwa, Migongwe by National Forest Authority so that they can effectively engage in agricultural activities. My appeal to the Ministry of Energy to provide Chegegwa Hospital with a transformer because it's facing a problem of low power voltage with a single phase line. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I pray that the government establishes an industrial park for the House of Arcade donated to us by the President to create jobs so that we can match with the growing money economy. I beg to submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nelson. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Followed by Honorable Mariam Saif and the Honorable Miriam Kai.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to associate myself with the motion of expressing gratitude to the President's speech, not just for the sake, but because he strained or he talked about the health sector and truly did a great job. To my dismay, speaking of health in Maracha, Ali, last month we received a team from the Ministry of Health and the Maracha East was given a health center for status officially. And we are happy we celebrated, but to my dismay today, Maracha Health Center 4 doesn't have a store for the medicine. Stay or the reception is the same place where the drugs are kept. Secondly, speaking of health, Maracha County has no health center for and only has the biggest facilities, a health center 3. You can imagine a health center 3 catering for a population more than 200 situation in Maracha. My humble appeal through the Minister or through the Ministry of Health and the Prime Minister is Maracha Health Center, all of Health Center 3 in Maracha has all the necessary facilities, and my prayer is it to be upgraded to a health center 4 so that we can also cater for the young mothers who are dying each and every day when they are giving birth in Maracha County. On the same note of to inform or to request the Ministry of Health and the Prime Minister, in fact the President, if possible, that the people of Marach also need an ambulance. If possible, I pray the Minister answers that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, Honorable, you're no longer substitute. Now you're the one here. You're here, you're no longer substitute. Yes. Now, Mariam Saif, then Honorable Miriam.
I would like to thank the President for the State of the Nation address on 4th of July. But, Right Honorable Speaker, it has been years since Uganda district has been yearning to get a new central modernized market. We all know that Uganda district is the center of Busoga region. All the neighboring districts come to Uganda district to prioritize this. At least all the vendors who are evicted from the street because of the trade order enforcement to get where to work from. I beg to submit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Miriam Mohai is my name, and I represent the people of Mbale district in the Parliament of Uganda address. And for the issues he's raised, one of them is to transform the economy into the money economy from subsistence. It's where I want to raise the issue of the parish development model. I want to appreciate government for that model. It has helped a number of people, but I want to say that one area is not good, and to transform our communities well. Mbale is one of the districts that has bigger parishes with over 5,000 people in each parish. And so the 100 million, some people up to now just hear of it, but they have not gotten it. Why? Because the population is high. I want to urge government that even as we increase the money to 200 million, let's consider the size of the parish. Let's consider the number of households in the parishes, not to just give the same amount for each parish like it is today. Secondly, the people of Mbale district Center 4, and yet Mbale district has 3 constituencies, and one of the constituency is that as we desire our government to have good service delivery, especially in the area of health, let's consider Mbale district, and we upgrade the current health center for the only one that it was still health center for the district hospital, and also the other constituencies, especially they had to reach to get their health center for, and that will help our continuous rains.
Thank you. Now, sorry, I forgot the name of my sister. Yes, Honorable. Give you a chance. Kodil. Yeah. Yeah. She had abandoned me these days.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Chandia Bernadette Kodili, Woman Member of Parliament, Moyo District. Newly elected Secretary Wopa, thank you to the women Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to join the rest of my colleagues to thank the President for the State of the Nation address. I would like to address myself specifically to wealth creation and money in people's pockets. Specifically now, crossing is cut off because the ferry at Laropi crossing is going to be under repair for the next 2 weeks. That literally means on top of the high prices of fuel, we have an extra 100 kilometers if I'm to pass Arua, and an extra 40 kilometers if I'm to pass via Obongi. So that means realistically, for agriculture, that you should consider in a special way Moyo district. If we want to go into the money economy in terms of commercializing agriculture, we need to consider some of these places. We are not hard to reach in terms of government policies, and yet in real sense, Moyo is hard to reach. So the people are struggling. We already said, I urge to the ministers as we plan in all our plannings, let's look at those districts that are very far away and the challenges that the people undergo if we are talking about the money economy. Otherwise, it may not be so realistic for my people. And then in terms of roads, this one I think we have talked about that I have to suffer through. So these roads that connect for trade, we really need to think about them critically so that we make it easy for our people. Otherwise, factors of production go up, cost of doing business goes up. If you buy a cement in Kampala at 35,000, in Moyo I'll have to buy it at 40,000 because of some of these challenges. I thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Mwir Paul, Honorable Musanje Moses, Honorable Edop Peter.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and the colleagues. I want to thank the President for fulfilling the constitutional mandate which forms the basis of the debate. Talk about corruption and its effect on service delivery. The fight on corruption has eluded the President and he only refers to it in statements. We lose 10 billion annually as per the Inspector of Government. And the effect of 10 trillion annually means that if we are to look at our road sector, 561. The cost of construction of 1 kilometer of road, if it is 4 millimeter asphalt, is 5 billion. So if we are to divide the 10 trillion by the 5 billion, annually would have tarmacked 2,000 kilometers. Would have tarmacked 10,000 kilometers. And if we are to multiply by the number of terms, the NRM has been here, would have tarmacked 80,000 kilometers. So all this complex we're engaging in actually would not work. We passed here a budget for construction of Umbi Hospital. We appropriated 100 billion, the cost of that magnitude. If we are to divide by 100 billion, so even this business we engage in, it won't be an issue. So that is the effect of corruption. In a desperate attempt to show that corruption is being fought, the President President has unleashed my colleague, my good friend, Honorable Balam, to the local government. And I see people kidnapping. I want to out of our budget. And of that, 5 billion is recurrent salary and allowances. So what goes to development is 744 billion. So my good friend Honorable would make sense if I had been unleashed where money is, or where the biggest percentage of money is. So I want to invite colleagues that it is high time for the solution. The biggest percentage of the money stays in the center. And now corruption has been actually affected by malady.
Thank you. Now, Honorable, I will continue clapping for Honorable Baram, despite your request, because me, I was with him in my constituents over the weekend. Some of us elites might be uncomfortable with it, but the local people, that's they are appreciating. Because the roads which I had been begging that they do, when they had it coming, oh, now I was driving as if I was on tarmac. What were they doing? All along. So he might have, there might be some weaknesses which we can talk to Honorable Baram, but he's doing a great job. And maybe what is Baraza, our own Baraza, some people are seated on issues which we don't know. Okay? Some people are seated on issues, deep issues. By the way, even beyond stealing of money, beyond corruption, there are issues that are stifling development in our area, which have been, and some conflicts which are making us, because you ask yourself, what is Honorable Baram properly? But okay? Now, how come I criticize someone who has gone to the village and is welcomed by the villagers, and they are demanding, come. Me who doesn't stay there, and I say, you're not doing a good job. So me, I'm even going to invite him again in Mitoma. Maybe things could move. Yeah. But I think what we will do to update us, we see how best we can support him. Okay? Yes, Honorable Msanje Moses, Honorable Edo Peter. Then Honorable Asensio.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Msanje Moses Lukanga for the people of Njero Municipality. Right Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the people of Njero Municipality, to thank the President on the State of the Nation address. In the State of the Nation address, the President failed to apply. He failed to address any issue regarding the bottlenecks in the transmission of electricity. And there are bottlenecks in the transmission and deemed energy payments within the country. In the Auditor General's report of 2025, 27 billion shillings was paid in deemed energy, Right Honorable Speaker. And yet, transformers and Owen Falls didn't work between 8 months and 14 months. There wouldn't have been any need to pay the deemed energy worth 27 billion shillings if these transformers were working. In Njero Municipality, it is 0 kilometers away from Owen Falls. We have 137 villages that don't have power. I believe the cost of transport to Njero Municipality is lesser than in any other part of the country. but 67 out of 136 villages not having power is one of the issues the President failed to address. Right, Honorable Speaker, the minimum wage in Uganda was 6,000 shillings. There is no minimum wage in Uganda. We have close to 300 industries and manufacturing plants within Njelu municipality. The lack of minimum wage in Uganda shows the reason why there are factories in Njelu municipality, because there is no minimum wage. If you compare and adjust by inflation from 6,000 in 1984 to, it turns out to be 800,000 in 2026. Today, there is no minimum wage, and it accounts for the reason why most of the youths have no jobs, despite there being factories in Njelu municipality. Right, Honorable.
Thank you. Then Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to associate myself to congratulate the President on the State of the Nation address. I was mostly impressed by the aspiration of Uganda to be a 500 billion economy in 13 years. We need to have a thriving private sector. And private sector in Uganda is dominated by micro, small, and medium enterprises, which contribute to about 90% of our GDP. For the sector to strive, we need to have a unfortunately, with the current environment that we have, they cannot be able to reach that level by that time. Because, especially the startup businesses in Uganda, their lifespan is very bad. Only 40% of the businesses, how shall we be able to encourage other people to invest? And the major reasons are basically the statutory obligations, taxes, and then taxes especially, and then of course access to credit. But taxes is very important, because for us to be able to encourage people to invest, we need to give them incentives, because we attract foreign direct tax incentives. So my prayer is we should also give incentives to people who want to start businesses by giving them tax holidays of at least 5 years for them to be able to stabilize and then start getting from their income. That is my appeal to the Minister of Finance and also to the government of Uganda. The government of Uganda created 10 cities. When those cities were created, new district headquarters were relocated in rural communities. One of those districts which was affected is Soroti district, where I come from. I represent
the Honorable Sawira Hakim. Now we use on the 3 minutes instead of the nation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Chiza Hakim Saula, coming from Bukoto South Constituency in Rengo District, a rural constituency where 80% 40% of the constitution, the population depend on agriculture. Interest on page 11 and 12 of the State of the Nation Address 2026, which has highlighted that the country needs to go commercial in agriculture. It is so much interesting, I think, to each member here in the House. Every one of us would want us to go that way. Unfortunately, that one depends on the traditional natural rainy seasons, the 2 seasons of the rain. That is why, Mr. Speaker, I come up to invite members, especially the Minister of Agriculture and the Cabinet, to think and adopt new ways of handling of management. Came up with a program of having road units at every district. I think it can be done in agriculture also, that the government comes up with a program to have water unit machines which can dig water, permanent water sources to each district, actually, for the levels, the drought which has invaded us each year. But we cannot manage it if we don't go this way. The water tables here in our country is not so deep. Here in Central, if you dig 30 to 40 meters, you can find water. If these machines can be placed there, we can get opportunities to have water sources which are permanent, which can support agriculture. And therefore, actually on the same page, 11 and 12, the President highlighted there is too much money, 16,000 billion shillings for commercial agriculturists. Why don't we use the same money to support this program? If not, why don't we prioritize this program?
Thank you, Mara Asensio. Then ministers. I'll start with Minister for Education.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Mujimara Asensio, and I'm representing the people of Isinjo South. I'm happy about the presidency theme that he gave us this year for Sanja normal sleep. And indeed, many people have woken up and they're busy working. But through working, we have found out some problems that have made people not work very well. For example, in my area, we are happy that we have a dam that we generate electricity from. But it is so unfortunate that the areas around don't have electricity. So I request if the Minister of Energy can come up and help us in that, because many people are complaining them having a dam and they don't have electricity. It is really disturbing, and actually it has even caused some problems in that some health center tools, for example, one called the Chihi, they don't operate at all when it comes at night. And even in Rianga Parish, there's also a health center too. When it comes at night, they don't operate because they don't have electricity. And of course, it brings problems to our people who are sick. Remember, people get sick anytime. So I request the Ministry of Energy, if they can help us and they give us electricity and they prioritize.
Minister of Education.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. I am here on behalf of the Human Capital Development and Special Qualification as a project to answer some of the questions which have been raised. Right Honorable Speaker, the first question comes from a colleague from Katerra County constituency, and he addresses on the subject matter of no-seed school. Ministry is implementing projects which are others are already existing, others are yet to start. And specifically, I want to address myself to a project called Uganda Learning and Acceleration Program under ULAN. This is a new project which is targeting to construct 6 seed schools in various parts of the country. We are on course to have UGIFT 2 get on board to help us supplement on some of the constituencies, especially sub-counties, without seed schools. So we want to implore you to work with us to achieve our plan in line with the manifesto. Issue 2 was raised by came from my sister from Karamoja, Honorable Atiang. Right Honorable Speaker, with specific facts, allow me to say 17 schools have been constructed under UGIFT 1 in Karamoja sub-region, and again 10 out of the 17, 10 have been completed, and about one is pending, 6 are ongoing. And this Panyangara, Rupa, Lolachat, Nakapreparat, Napak, all these are complete. The other project also which is benefiting the sub-region is under the same Uganda Accelerated Learning. It is also constructing 4 new schools earmarked for BIM, Amudat, Kotido Central Division. Same vein, we have under ULAN 5 traditional schools are going to be constructed in Karamoja sub-region. These, Right Honourable Speaker, we have a BIM SS in the BIM district. I have Kotido SS in Kotido. I have Moroto High School in Moroto. I have Kangole Girls in Kalbi schools. Right Honourable Speaker, when we talk about university education, I want to confirm we are building Gulu University Conscience College in Karamoja and Moroto. Land was secured. The National Enterprise Corporation want to thank the leadership of the UPDF, specifically with the General Kiping who is here. Under the UPDF are 25% on course in terms of constructing a constituency college for Gulu University in Karamoja sub-region. Under TVET, skilling, we have Moroto Economic Development Bank, which we are already undertaking the construction in that area, and that will target to ensure that our people from that part of the country get skills. Last but not least, on the same subject matter, is on the students' loan scheme. This is a scheme which is targeted for all our districts in the country. Karamoja is not an exception. I want to encourage you, honorable colleagues, to join the sector and the ministry in terms of handling and mobilizing this question. The last question came for me from my sister from Serere, Pontam. I want to say that the government of the Republic of Uganda, under the able leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, will continue to fulfill the manifesto as per what we pledged in the following way. For purposes of Serere, we all know that we have Olio Polytechnic, which Olio is within our plans to rehabilitate, to equip and expand. The ministry has already developed a paper. Now, Olio Polytechnic is already there. What we are trying to do is to rehabilitate it, equip it, expand turn it and upgrade it to be one technical school for Serere as a district. And here we have written a paper, Minister of Finance is already discussing with development partners to ensure that we are able to have this dream or this plan in our manifesto. Honorable Speaker, the last information is just to appeal to you colleagues that we intend, like you correctly said, our dear Minister of Local Government is doing a wonderful work. As a Minister of Education and Sports, we also want to confirm we send money to district local governments, and as of this morning, communicate to you each of the locations we send to each district in terms of what that money is doing, so that you help us to monitor. For the record, we send about 3.1 trillion to the district local government, and this is the money in this year's budget. What is it meant to cater for? We have the wages for primary, secondary, and this non-wage is where we have issues. Talk about capitation grants, talk about school maintenance, talk about skilling, talk about inspection, talk about cultural activities, talk about DO monitoring. These are areas, and even SFC development ground. These are areas, SFG development ground, where we really need to pay more attention as we go and monitor these projects. I give a case study of my own constituency, like Speaker, you said yours. Go to 82 million to 89 with an office. But in my district, they're renovating 2 classroom blocks with 105 million. I don't know whether you get the point here. If the new one is costing 82 to 88, these are 2. But the renovation is giving you 105 million exclusive of tax. So why then didn't you tell listening to me?
Another minister, Honorable Hudo Leru Defense.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to inform and ensure our people of Karamoja sub-region through the Woman OP of Moroto district that UPDF has a we have 3rd Infantry Division specifically in Moroto.
When did you run that language of formation of infantry? Me, I'm not understanding what. You have a team of infants?
Okay, so we have
speak a language which civilian
in Moroto with the unities in other districts, and basically is to protect our Karamojongs and the neighborhood. UPDF has already created in Karamoja will not be stabilized again. Thank you.
Thank you. I can see on my sister Huda is gone. The language has changed. Any issues for your sector? Just your sector.
I would like to thank all the members who had asked questions and sought clarifications in regards to the State of the Nation address. We talked about the factors of production, that is land, labor, capital for PDM. That one is directly in my docket. We also talked about the money economy, climate change, and agro-industrialization. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2010, Uganda coined what was referred to as Vision 2040 And Vision 2040 was supposed to be implemented Not only that, Mr. Speaker, during this period, Uganda is supposed to move away from the economy of $50 billion to $500 billion by 2040. Now, in order to achieve the above, Uganda has come up with what we call the 10th Fold Growth Strategy. The strategy.
But Honorable Azar.
Yes.
You're taking grass. These are the issues the president raised in the State of the Nation address.
Yes.
Now you're repeating exactly what he said. So what do we expect from you? Are there issues from your sector?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I am trying to stress about the fact that...
Don't try. don't try.
Okay, right now as I talk, right now, Speaker,
on this,
we have started the sensitization, mobilization, and education of the masses to embrace President Museveni's vision under cooperatives. But I first wanted to educate the masses about what my docket is about. Otherwise, as I talk now, right Honorable Speaker, I've already covered actually. I was in a West Atoli Cooperative Society. There were issues there which are trying to rectify.
Can I make it easier for you, neighbor? Azza?
Yes.
Why don't you mobilize us? Because, for example,
yes,
I didn't know you're doing this. So why don't you prepare a paper, a statement?
Yes.
You bring it here.
Yes. Oblige, right honorable. Yeah. So members, be ready. Well, I'm coming. We have finished Atoli. We have moved to Madi, and we are trying to move the whole country. So that we want, our role is to make everybody embrace cooperatives and involve themselves in the circles. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. You know, Azza has the softest spot in my heart when we start our games, because he's our most reliable champion. Okay, make a statement and we support you, Honor.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable. As I talk now, as said by Wanyoto, we're already training for the interparliamentary games, and we are due to leave Arusha in the first week of December. Mine is middle distance running, that is 200 meters and 400 meters. Thank you very much.
And the medals are guaranteed, as usual. Thank you. Yes, Mr.
Thank you, Right Honorable. And just to remind you that I'm also a sports lady. I'm a dangerous substitute when it comes to netball and golf, together with Honorable Lydia Wanyoto. I would like to respond to the Honorable member from Karenga. He raised the issue of Karenga, and he felt like UWA, or the Minister of Tourism, is not doing enough to address the issues of human-wildlife conflict. But Honorable Speaker, just for the record of this House, since Thursday last week, myself and my senior minister, together with the entire team of Uganda Wildlife Authority, we were in Karenga trying to address most of these issues. The issue of Karenga is different, and where the problem came in was the fact that there is a national park, but also there is a community conservation area. So only half the animals are in the national park, and the rest of the animals animals are in the community conservation area. So if we went into fence of the park, we would not have solved the problem. So we've been engaging the leadership of the community to add, when they went back, they changed their minds. We even took them to see what we had done with other national parks like Action Falls, but still they failed. That's why the entire team, we went to address that issue. And I would like to report that actually, by the time we left on Sunday, we had agreed on line fencing. Now we are going to fence the hotspot areas to ensure that we stop the conflict. A number of lives in Karenga. Even last week we lost 2 people due to elephant attacks. But every time there is such incidences, UA comes in to do compensation. We actually first give a compassionate contribution towards burial expenses, which is 5 million, and then 20 million is paid to the family as compensation. The only problem has been ravaging the gardens. There is a process the community is supposed to go through to acquire the compensation. For example, there has to be valuation. The agriculture officer of the district goes to do valuation, and then we do compensation. And a lot of people have been compensated. So it's not true that UA is not doing what it's supposed to do. We are playing our part. We just needed the leadership to stand with us, and we finish this, and once and for all done, I'm sure there is going to be 0 cases of human-wildlife conflict. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. The only compensation, I was in the village over the weekend. There are people, I know Martin Mugara came over, and the committee, and there are people who were verified, but now around 3 years, they've not been paid. So, but I'll be raising. Honorable Government Chief Whip.
Allow me to respond to the issues raised regarding health. Many members, very many actually, I recorded nearly 25 members who raised issues concerning hospitals, health center force, availability of medicines. Right Honorable Speaker, it is indeed true that the manifesto and the health center 3 per sub-county. Right Honorable Speaker, government in the last term embarked on constructing health center 3s and upgrading, and did a good job. To date, only 488 sub-counties are left. A little slowly, and the health center falls. But I want to report that government is processing UGIFT 2 to address the issues of completion of the health center 3s, health center 4s, and some hospitals. Right Honorable Speaker, perhaps to make this issue more clear, will request Ministry 2 and what it will do in the various districts in the country. Similarly, we'll also ask them to come and talk about medicines. But I want to clearly state that for the health center 3s that were constructed, funds for medicines and equipment and recruitment of human resources of UGIFT 2, similarly, there will be funds for recruitment and for medicines. So, Right Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I will alert the Minister to come and make that statement. I thank you.
Thank you. Energy, then roads.
Right Honorable
Speaker, there were quite a number of questions asked on energy to be covered by electricity. However, considering the budget, we have got to prioritize. To address the delivery of a tenfold program, we have got to prioritize electricity to drive ATMs. We have got to make sure that we take a value addition to drive the economy. We have got to take electricity to tourist sites. We have got to take electricity to mineral sites, and then support the development of science and technology. To actually allay fears that there is going to be any places without electricity is to electrify this country fully by 2030 or thereabout. And the electrification of the country is going to take twofold. One, the grid. The grid moves slowly, but we are going to focus also using renewable energy, rooftop mini grids. So 2030, we should be able to reach this. We are providing subsidies for for solar lighting, solar installations in the villages. We have a program for that. I will talk to that in my statement, which I'm going to make on Thursday. We are also looking at how do we take electricity to those growth. We shall take electricity to growth centers where there is milling, where there is industrialization. We shall take electricity to industrial parks. We shall take electricity for irrigation, which you talked about, where there is going to be water for production. That one will enable us to actually achieve the tenfold growth strategy. We shall be delivering electricity. To answer a few questions which were asked. West Nile, thank you for...
What were you doing?
That was general.
That was general.
That was general for everybody, giving hope to everybody, but there were specific questions. Like West Nile, thank you for acknowledging that with the village is actually taking it. West Nile, since the creation of Earth, they actually got electricity, bulk electricity. I'm going to charge them to attract industries to use that electricity for production. But we are going to give priority to West Nile for distribution of electricity. This is where we are focusing now. Umeme left very weak infrastructure. What you consider load sheddings are not actually load sheddings. It's a collapse of the infrastructure which cannot contain the much electricity which is being pumped into it. So we are addressing and strengthening the infrastructure. Weak electricity. Weak electricity, we are going to inject more. As we are strengthening the infrastructure, we are going to be injecting transformers to stabilize electricity in the various areas where there is weak electricity. Buikwe and Injeru. For Injeru Town Council, you talked of transmission. We're actually establishing a substation in Injeru to address the shortfalls of the growth of your industrial we are actually going to put electricity in Injeru, a substation, which will enhance the use of, which will create value addition in Injeru. Atan, yes, electricity in Soroti Hospital, ministry is responsible for taking electricity to a center like a hospital. But then the wiring of hospitals, the wiring of your houses, we are not responsible for that. The short inspection of government facilities to make sure that the wiring is proper. And for hospitals like Soroti Hospital, we are going to improve the stability of power by providing a dedicated line. But we shall discuss with my colleague, Minister of Health, to make sure that the wiring, Bishop Obaikol was my teacher. So I actually feel so bad that power went off when it was moved from a central hospital to a smaller facility. Power being unstable, you cannot attribute that it was an outage. It could have such occurrences. Woman MP for Jinja, electricity in health centers. Health centers are going to be a priority. We are working with Ministry of Health. Where it is a hard-to-reach area, Ministry of Health is guiding solar electricity supply. Where there is a weak power, we prioritize giving either dedicated line or providing appropriate transformers to supply electricity to such places. Chegegwa, weak power, I've already talked about injection of transformers. In general, I've talked about. Yes, I appreciate what you have put on the floor. We are actually addressing how we can bring that power which is generated in your in the substation, in the power plant in the Isingro, how we can enhance the distribution of electricity in Isingro. I will be providing details in the statement which I'm going to make on Thursday.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Landis? Oh, Wax was first, then Landis.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable, there have been a lot of issues that have come from men. Some of these issues are being tackled by the ministry, but there are other issues that we may not be able to present today because we have also been capturing what the members are coming up with during this debate on the state of the nation. But what I want to assure the committee is that the last week the minister, Honorable Fred, on that statement to capture the wider perspective of the nation. And I just want to say that I've been able also to fast track on some of this. We know we have pressure because road and transport is an enabler. There's also pressure coming from the sectors in districts. There's an issue on the
wider networks that districts are trying to develop. But at the same time, we also believe there are some wider districts that would need bigger money in terms of maintenance and also even additional units, road equipment. So these are some of the things, Mr. Speaker, when we are given time, we shall come back to this House and give a perspective very much.
Thank you. We refer to that statement to the Committee on Physical Infrastructure, and we hope they are going to expedite and bring a report here, which we shall discuss. Yes, Honourable Minister.
Yes, I've been reminded of one question, very important question, Mitoma. Mitoma, I'm aware that you have a weak power supply. And Mitoma, I'm going to address it. So, so my colleague from Mitoma, I'm addressing your concerns.
Thank you.
Now, and also the chair.
Hope this time it will be addressed. Yeah, and why I'm saying this, honorable colleagues, I remember during the time of Umeme, the line at Kagamba, you then you also rehabilitated the line to Rukunji, which we are feeding from, and they promised we went. Umeme MD came, senior officials, and the party was made that power would no longer visit you temporarily. For, you know, then it became worse. So I'm recorded. So I'm not a feeling we will need. I don't know what went wrong.
Umeme, actually, when they knew their concession was coming to an end, stopped investing in infrastructure. They actually now concentrated on making money for themselves. And I promise you this time, using our own company, it will not end because it will be with us. We are going to address the shortfalls.
Thank you. Honourable Minister for Lands.
But the minister has committed himself. I just have like
I need the land titles. You went around Bushenyi, you gave free land titles to everyone.
Yes.
In my area, you avoided it. So.
Yeah, right, honorable, because Mitoma shall be coming, but at least Mitoma was still somehow. You have handled at least the land as to why land fund was started. It was mainly to address historical injustices. And those historical injustices, counties like Bugangaizi, Uganda here, and others were mentioned. But moving forward, the government saw that even other places were being affected by land conflicts. And also issuing out land title by land, leave the people to stay there by occupation. But later on, they raised an issue that they want to have complete ownership. And that's why we introduced the issue of titling. Otherwise, government, when they buy for you, they can't come to chase you. But for people to be secure, they thought they should get those titles. So in Mitoma, we shall come completing us because when you read the origin of land fund, it was purposely for them. And we have handled even other areas advanced than the original areas which are mentioned as the reasons as to why land fund should be created. So, Honorable Onesimus, I know last time you were suffering with the same, but you whispered to me and said, my sister, I don't want to lose this seat again. And I said, don't worry, now that we are here. But generally, we are going to address Bugangaizi, all that area of Greater Chivali, and Uganda as well. And now we have crossed Western Uganda. We have even we are tackling also part of Iwa. So we shall address it.
my sister from Bujiri. She's talking about UTMID. UTMID is part and parcel. Right, Honorable, thank you for supporting this. I know you're very passionate because this is a program which is really beautifying town roads, just constructing town or city roads, but we are doing also beautification. We want our country now to come up with, our country. And so the coordinator of which communities and what town is colleagues, if you have open spaces, reserve them and reach out to us as Ministry of Lands. Because people are lacking where to hang out, just planting grass and flowers, and we put a few facilities, also public toilets, and the place is okay. So you can move, Right Honorable, in a city, and you want to go for any place so convenient, and you will not see it. You will not see it. You have to enter arcades, you have to enter people's hotels and request, which is an embarrassment. Sometimes people lose that confidence of saying, help me, I want to go to a worship place. So we have included that in the UTMID program, which people are known as USMID. Now they call it UTMID. And I'm sure it's going to add a lot of value to our public spaces and the outlook of our countries through planting flowers, grass, and paving. So that is what I had to answer. Reach me out and I get that question properly so that we can address that. But what I want to assure you lastly, Your Right Honorable, is that the Ministry of Finance has finally listened to us as Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, and we have engaged them and told them this land fund issue has been in place for a long time. People are demanding so many years back, 10, 8, and many have died that at least they are going to be releasing a batch of about 50 billions other than the 11 and 9 they have been releasing, so that we are able to cover a wide area, especially Uganda and Bugangaizi, Bunyoro, and other parts which are affected by land conflicts. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Colleagues, House adjourned to tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku serebuwo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnoka ogatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku serebuwo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnoka ogatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu nsi nga bw'etambula, biki ebifa ku serebuwo, ebisanyusa wamu n'ebikuzimba. Oyagala okumanya ebifa mu entertainment industry mu nsi yonna, okutwaliza awamu, okunnoka ogatta n'amawulire agafa mu sekita ez'enjawulo. Tugoberere ku YouTube, Facebook, Twitter ne TikTok. Mega Promotions TV.